Hi everyone, my name is Olivia and I'm a registered dietitian with Flik Hospitality Group. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we are going to be making homemade granola bars with sun butter, some quick oats, dried cranberries, and chocolate chips. So before I show you all the ingredients, I want you to preheat your oven to 300 degrees. Get it heated so that you can add your oats in there. You want to toast the oats for about 5 minutes at 300 degrees. This is an optional step, but it does provide a lot of flavor. So feel free to start doing that right now, and then we can walk through all of the ingredients. So we're going to be using combination of things like I mentioned, the oats. So we are using 3 cups of quick cooking oats. You could use rolled oats if you want. Oats are a great source of fiber, and there's actually no nutritional difference between quick oats, steel cut oats, or rolled oats. It's just a difference in processing. So the quick oats actually are just pounded thinner, and therefore they absorb liquid faster. In this case, we are using the quick oats. I think they provide a less chewy texture, but feel free to use rolled oats. You don't want to use steel cut oats in this instance. We're also going to be using dates. So about 3 ounces, which is roughly 3 to 4 dates. Maple syrup, you could use any type of liquid sweetener that you prefer. Dried cranberries, some butter, which you could use almond butter or peanut butter if you'd like. Chocolate chips, these are just semi-sweet, nothing fancy. If you like a certain type of chocolate, feel free to use that in place of this. And then to add some texture, we are just doing some roasted sunflower seeds. Great addition of heart-healthy fats, and again, giving it a little bit of a bite. So to get started, while your oats are in the oven, you want to put 3 ounces of dates into the food processor. I've already done this part. You want it to be kind of like this, like a gummy texture. This is going to help the granola bars bind together. Using dates is a great option because they provide a ton of fiber, and of course they provide sweetness, and they're going to help again bind the granola bars. So I did that. I'm going to pretend like I just did that on camera. Get them back into the food processor. And then we are actually going to add our maple syrup and our sun butter to this. Again, you can use any type of sweetener you prefer. If you wanted to use honey or agave nectar, you could. There's no true nutritional difference. One isn't better than the other. It's truly just up to your flavor preference. So use whatever you like. It's all just sugar, and your body processes it exactly the same. So there's not a healthy version or a non-healthy version. Just use the one that you prefer. And then sun butter, half a cup. You can also use peanut butter or almond butter in this if you prefer. Sun butter is a great alternative for anybody who is allergic to tree nuts or peanuts. Sun butter is very similar nutritionally to those other nut butters. It has tons of heart-healthy fats, protein, and it does have some fiber as well. So great source. So we're gonna put this lid on and we're gonna process this. And that looks good. It looks just basically like peanut butter. That's kind of the consistency that you're looking for. And you can use a spatula to help you get it out of the food processor. But we are going to add it to our dry ingredients. And our dry ingredients, of course, are going to be our chocolate chips, our cranberries, and then our sunflower seeds, as well as our oats. So we'll add all these in there. So 3 cups of oats already into the bowl. A 1/4 cup of dried cranberries. I love using dried cranberries because, again, similar to dates, they provide fiber because you're eating the skin. And I usually get the less sweet version, but you can get whatever you like. You could also do dried blueberries or any other type of dried fruit that you like. A 1/4 cup of the chocolate chips. And then a 1/4 cup of the sunflower seeds. Again, this just adds a little bit of texture. It's, of course, adding some heart-healthy fats, fiber, a little bit of protein as well. And I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but that's a 1/2 cup of maple syrup and a 1/2 cup of the sun butter as well. So if you are following along, you know that. All right, so I'm just gonna combine these two, the wet and the dry ingredients together. Try to scrape out as much as you can with your rubber spatula. And then you can kind of just mix this together. So you could do this with gloves on, or if you're at home and you don't mind touching, I've washed my hands, but you can kind of just go in with your hands and get this mixture all combined. It'd be really fun to make with kids because I'm sure they would love to be a part of the process. So again, for it to be a little bit of a cleaner process, I would probably say get some disposable gloves and have the kids kind of get in there and start mixing this together so that they can, you know, have some fun with it. So now that we have our mixture combined, we are going to press it flat into a pan. I'm using an 8x8 pan here. You could use a full sheet tray if you wanted, and then just make them into longer bars. Mine are kind of going to be squares, but this makes about 12 bars. So we'll just press these down into the pan. And again, no baking involved, so you just kind of do this. You're gonna wanna let them set up in the fridge, or you could throw them into the freezer for 30 minutes to an hour. Just let them kind of form. If you try to cut these up now, these are gonna crumble on you, so just make sure you give them that time. You could also kind of turn these into energy bites. You could roll them with your hands and then just make like poppable energy bites. If you didn't want to go through this process, that would be another option. Great about these is that they're totally portable. You can throw them into a bag or a backpack, purse, and you can have a quick portable snack ready to go that has a good combination of heart healthy fats, protein, and then dietary fiber as well. And all three of those ingredients are going to really help you feel fuller longer. And we, again, made sure we didn't have a ton of added sugars as well, because a lot of the sources of sugar that we used were from things like dried fruit, like the dates and the cranberries. So just fold them all together like that. Get the last piece, and then all right, now these are ready to go into the fridge or the freezer to chill for about 30 minutes to an hour, and then you can cut into them and enjoy. Hope you enjoyed this recipe today. Make sure you check out the rest of our page. We have lots of other cooking resources for you. And again, thanks again for joining. Hope to see you soon.